Awesome. So, as you all know, you are here to know more about the Next Genius Foundation. And it's being presented by our very own Devesh Lathi. And while Devesh in the next 15 minutes is going to give you all the download of what the Next Genius Foundation does, what the Next Genius Scholarship Program is, and how your students can benefit, and how can you institutionally perhaps partner with the Next Genius Foundation. I want to give an introduction about Devesh himself because, yes, he was with many of us in the learning retreat, but I still think that sometimes we spend so much time with people, but we don't really get to know what their professional qualifications are because it's a different vibe. So we are not asking where did you study and what did you do. But here I'm here to tell you about Devesh, and he will tell you about the Next Genius Foundation. So he's the head of outreach at the Next Genius Foundation. And in the past 10 years, Devesh and his team have supported hundreds of students for scholarship applications, helping them achieve world-class education. And he's worked closely with Dr. Neeraj Mandana, who's the managing trustee at the Next Genius Foundation. Devesh and his team, they reach out to hundreds of educators and identify promising students for life-changing scholarships. So he's passionate about inspiring students to explore extraordinary educational opportunities. And Devesh and his team also engage with college admission experts, industry leaders, and counselors to create meaningful engagements like leadership programs, internships, and webinars for students and educators. I hope to actually see Devesh some of these for parents as well. Devesh has graduated from NIT Bhopal and loves teaching quantitative math, a subject I deeply dislike. But Devesh, over to you, and can't wait to hear more about the Next Genius Foundation.
Thank you so much, Bhakti. And I'll also like to add that Ashima is also here. She's also going to share her experience of working with Next Genius. And Ashima is on a vacation right now. So thank you so much, Ashima, for taking time out from your vacation and being here with all of us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
And with that, let me also thank all of you, and thanks Bhakti for hosting this and inviting us for the session. Let me very quickly share my screen and take you through a very brief, quick presentation about Next Genius. And post that, I'll pass it on to Ashima as she shares her experience as a counselor of working with us for the past 7 to 8 years. So the Next Genius Scholarship Program was actually founded in 2014 with a vision of supporting students to gain a world-class education. And a lot of students, India is a massive country, and we have a massive middle class group, right? The middle income families cannot afford the full US tuition fees, right? They can afford some amount, but they cannot afford the whole amount. And that is the kind of students we are aiming to support. These students are very aspiring, very ambitious, enterprising, and we sort of provide them with a lot of mentorship, and we help them connect with leadership opportunities so that they become the future leaders of the society. Who are we? We are a small team of 9 to 10 members located in Mumbai. All of us are fully based in Mumbai. That's the only office that we have. And all of us are passionate and are into this because we love supporting the students. And eventually through the scholarships, we are helping create the future leaders of the society. Now, when I say, we are creating the future leaders, how are we doing that? So over the past 8 years, 300 Next Genius scholars have won a scholarship, and 75 of these scholars have graduated so far. The scholars who won the scholarships in the years before, they act as mentors and as coaches and guides for the scholars who won the scholarships recently. They provide them with support on their resumes. They help them connect with internships and job opportunities. They also provide, they also donate scholarships to them. Very recently, we had a student who came from a very, very humble background, and a scholar who won the scholarship in the first year and started doing a job in the US. He donated a flight to a recent scholar. So that's the kind of engagement and sort of community that we are building, where the senior scholars have started donating the scholarships back to the students. that's one of the ways of getting the scholarships. Additionally, we also raise funds for these students. Number two is, how do we get the leadership development? Again, all the scholars who won the scholarship, they become a part of a community where they mentor the juniors, they support the juniors, they guide them on various aspects. They are all a part of a WhatsApp group. They're all a part of a Facebook group where they all engage with them. They all engage with each other and sort of provide them with additional support. They provide them with, how to work on your job applications and things like that. And finally, these students get a global exposure where, of course, they're going abroad, but at the same time, from the US, they're going to other countries for a study abroad program as well. So all of them get a global exposure, which really helps them build their leadership and understand the world, and understand that the whole world is their playground, and it's no longer a place where they just need to look at a certain region or certain place for their jobs and internships. So here are a couple of stories of how Next Genius scholars are doing. And when I keep on saying, we are building the leaders of the society, I'll just very quickly take you through these three stories. And these are all three girls. That does not mean that only girls win a Next Genius scholarship. In the coming slides, you will see some of the boys as well. Anushka comes from Dhirubhai Ambani International School. One was the very first Next Genius scholar, and she went to Wheaton College in Massachusetts. From there, she went to LSE, London School of Economics. And when she graduated from Wheaton, she did a PG, post-graduation at Rice University. And eventually now she's working at Oracle as a UI UX designer. Misha, on the other hand, comes from Jaipur, Nirja Modi School, Jaipur. Extremely talented. She graduated from Union College a couple of years ago, and she started working at Morningstar. Samyukta comes from Global Indian International School in Singapore, and she again won a full tuition scholarship. And she did a lot at her college campus. She was a research assistant. She was a residential advisor, which also helped her waive off her living expenses. And eventually, she started interning at Cummins as a UI UX designer or something like that. And now she has started her own sort of entrepreneurship journey. And these are some pictures of a recent graduate. So you see some of these are boys as well. And 30% of Next Genius scholars go for their post-graduation, and 70% of them go for their jobs. And these are some of the places where they're doing their post-grad. So, this program helps you succeed. And you would see that more of the percentage of students who get into top-ranked postgraduate programs or extraordinary organizations for a job is higher than the background rate. Students go to Columbia, Rice, University, UT, Austin, Purdue, NYU kind of places for their post-graduation, and they would go to Meta, Goldman Sachs, PepsiCo, Google, Jeffries, and etc. for jobs in the US. Here is a message from a Next Genius scholar who recently graduated. And when Srihari graduated, he already had done an internship at NASA. He had done a research program at Dartmouth, and now he is going to Columbia. And he sent a very heartwarming message saying that, I would like to thank the entire Next Genius Foundation for all your support and providing me with this wonderful opportunity to gain a well-rounded education at Union. This is just one of the 300 scholars who won this scholarship. Next Genius scholars are enterprising, ambitious, and open-minded. And I'll just go on to the final stage where how these students can actually apply, because I just want to keep some time for Ashima also to speak. So the Next Genius, these scholarships are for grade 12 students who are right now in grade 12 or their gap year. The registrations for the program has already started. The website is next-genius.com. And there is a 700 rupee registration fees, which we charge so that only serious students apply to us. If you have a student who is finding it difficult to pay the fees, we are okay to provide the counselors a waiver. We usually do not provide the waivers to the students directly, because we want, if the counselor is recommending someone, we know that the student is serious. Once the students apply to us, they are profiled. We ask them information about their academics, their finances, their family information, and all of that. And then we ask them to shortlist 5 colleges from the list of 20 colleges which are there on our website. And then we assign them one college from that list. That is the college for which they'll be interviewed. That is the college for which they'll submit their college application. And finally, that is the college for which they'll win the Next Genius Scholarship. We are not counselors. We are not agents. We are nothing like that. We are running a very transparent, meritorious, merit-based scholarship program. Many of you have already had Next Genius scholars from your schools. I know Ashima has multiple scholars from her schools. So that's a little bit about Next Genius, and I'll come back to you for any Q&A, and I'll leave you with my information so that you can feel free to reach out to me if there is any additional questions. Ashima, over to you.
Thank you so much, Devesh. I think you have summed everything to the dot, but what I'd like to start with is that I still remember when the first time one of the parents received an email and the parent called up and said, "Is it authentic?" And I said, "Yes, very much so. It is very much authentic. It is possible that you have received a scholarship, a full scholarship through Next Genius." So Next Genius is basically an opportunity for Indian students planning to pursue an undergraduate degree in the US, but lack financial support. They have partnered, like Devesh just mentioned, they're partnered with different colleges across the US, which offer academically successful and exceptional and promising students with either full or partial scholarship, depending upon what their requirement is. A lot of times parents can afford a little, but not the whole. A lot of times there are cases where the child is exceptionally good, but parents cannot afford at all to send their kid abroad, and they in return do help those kids as well. I believe they are one of the largest undergraduate, abroad scholarship fund in India. There are many others, but they are one of them. In the past couple of years, my students have been awarded scholarships from full to partial to a number of colleges, to a number of partnered colleges that they have basically. I'd say that their process is very simple. It's very transparent and genuine. Students just need to fill out an application form, and thereafter their team takes care of everything to the dot. So nothing is really, students are not left in confusion as to what they really need to do. Apart from scholarships, I'd like to mention that Devesh, during the COVID time, did organize a lot of information sessions for my students as well as parents on various topics from study, medicine in the US, undergraduate opportunities in the US, profile building, and a lot of others as well. One thing, just recently, I think this year only, they have started the summer program opportunity for students, and a number of my students did apply to their summer programs where they got accepted with scholarship, partial scholarship, I'd say, at Oxford and Cambridge. So, I mean, I can vouch for it for sure. I've been recommending students to their programs, and it's completely transparent, it's completely genuine.
Thank you so much, Ashima. This is great. And yeah, thank you for taking out time from your vacation day once again for sharing this information with everyone. With that, I think we are on time, Bhakti, or do we have a couple of more minutes? You just tell me, and I have a couple more things to share.
You have enough time. You have another, you have till 5:45, so take your time, don't worry.
Okay, so that's how many minutes?
So you have another 10 minutes, you can still present, and I know there will be questions. So yeah.
Okay, superb. Thank you so much. So let me just very quickly share our website with you, because that is where, I just want to show you how the process works, and it will hardly take me a minute to just show you the website. But yeah. So see, this is what the website looks like, and you can see there are two things over here. There's university scholarship and there's pre-college scholarship. University scholarship, and you go there, you can see the list of colleges and universities there. And by the way, I'm just visiting some of these colleges. I'm here at Dickinson College right now, and I'll be visiting Muhlenberg today. This helps us identify the students in a better way. students can simply go and apply on our website by clicking this apply now. They have to pay a registration fees and fill up this simple registration form. And about pre-college scholarships, these scholarships, and Bhakti, you were talking about the pre-college scholarships in the retreat. So this again is a very much it's a very popular program. Of course, you're all counselors. You know that there is a big need for scholarships in the pre-college space, and that is where we come in. We are supporting students with scholarships to study at places like Oxford and Cambridge. And in the next cycle, we are hoping that this program will grow a lot, and hopefully we'll also have Bhakti's Institute offering some scholarships through the pre-college scholarship program. I think I just want to pause over there and see if there are any questions. And once again, thanks everyone for joining, and I look forward to engaging with some of you and helping some of your students with scholarships. Once again, Next Genius does not counsel the students. We do not write the essays and all of them. That's the responsibility of the counselors. You're all experts in that. Number one. Number two is we are not agents. While we have lots of universities on our panel, but we do not charge the universities in any way in the form of any commissions and all. So that's something, you are all in this space. So you also, and there is nothing wrong with having that model. I don't say that, that's a way of working, but we are not working in that manner. Yeah. So thank you so much. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you all found some interesting things about the program. And please feel free to ask any questions. I see there is Arva who has a question. So Arva,
Great.
please.
I think before that, I'll probably just mention one more thing. Next Genius also does university fairs. So they have a number of universities that every year they bring, and they go around India for their tours. So you can directly meet the universities, speak to them about their popular programs, what they offer, how the scholarship really works, what is it that they require. And the students can really strike a chord, network directly with the university to know whether that's the right fit or not, even before they fill out or choose their 5 universities that they need to in their application process. So that's a wonderful addition to the whole process, where students and parents do get the opportunity to directly meet the universities and know whether it's the right fit for me or not. I'd say.
We are going to Ashima school in August, I think, or early September.
1st September, yes.
Yeah. And so we are going.
Looking forward.
Yes. We are going to reach this year, end of August and early October. Arva, over to you.
Yeah, Arva, just, ask your questions, just introduce yourselves and which organizations you're from, and then go ahead and ask your question. Go ahead, Arva.
Hi, my name is Arva. I work for Cathedral and John Canaan School, Mumbai. I haven't done my formal introduction in the TOC group as well. I shall do it very soon. Okay. So I would want to support this by saying that, yes, it is very genuine, very authentic. From my previous organization, one of the students also got into Syracuse with Next Genius. So it is completely genuine. I support that. And congratulations, Devesh. My question is, so if a student chooses a particular university from the website, from the list of universities, is it a sure shot that he or she will get an admission? Is it an admission process? Yes, sir. Yeah.
See, we do not guarantee admissions, and we do not guarantee admissions. We do not guarantee scholarships. What we can surely do is we can help the student identify the right college for themselves, so that the chances of admission and scholarships are higher. But we in no way guarantee any admissions. Number one. Number two is we are non-binding, I think, which means if you win a scholarship, it's not necessary that you must go there. But we work in a way so that we are able to understand what college would be the best fit for that student. Arva, in fact, from your current organization, also Cathedral, also we had multiple scholars, and one of your scholars, Gyana Srivastav, is one of my favorites. She also interned with Next Genius in one of the cycles. But yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, perfect. That's what I thought I missed hearing that I thought that if a student chooses a particular university, I thought they for sure get into it. So I thought I heard it wrong. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Great. Thank you so much, Devesh.
Thank you, Arva. Okay, Avinav.
Yes, 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 Devesh. This is Abhinav from MSM Unify. So you're doing great work, Devesh. So my question, Devesh, I wanted to understand that I saw the website right now on the system. So there are universities. Number one is, what if the student wants to decide universities which are not listed and outside of this cohort of universities? Number two, how service providers like us who deal with massive universities on a daily basis, and I come across economically weaker section students, but I'm unable to help them from university funds. How can I route them to you? Number three, is there a conflict of interest? For example, he wins a scholarship from your foundation, he gets a scholarship from the university itself. So, do you have something like, okay, at one time you can only have one scholarship? So, three
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah, so let me start off with the third question first. Next Genius scholarships, a majority portion of that is a fee waiver from the university. And then on top of that, we raise funds for the students and we provide additional scholarships. So it's not just, so it's clubbed because we work directly with the Office of Admissions and Financial Aid. So we know that if a student has won a scholarship from the university, we can raise additional funds for these students. Recently, we raised funds of about $10,000 for a student per year, and eventually, we are going more in that direction and trying to raise more and more funds every year. We are working with corporates like HDFC Credila or Blue Dart, and individual donors also donate to us. You are all of you are also, if you find a story on our website which is very compelling to you, please feel free to donate any small amount, which I think, or that's something which is there. Number two is the second question you said is how we can work with service providers like that. I think that is something, we will need to sit and understand both of our programs very closely, so we can set up a call and I can discuss with you how our process works, how your process works, and we can see if there is an overlap or if there is a way, that there can be a lot of unique ways. And we had that session, right, the partnership session, where we discuss a lot of innovative partnership ways. I think we just need to sit and see how we can innovate on this space. Number three is, can you repeat the very first question?
So the first question was, what if the student wants to go to a university which is not on your website?
So at the moment, the scholarships are only offered at the colleges which are on our website, which means if a student wants to go to a college which is not on our website, we can only recommend some of the ways of reducing the cost. We can help them connect with education loans. We can recommend how we can raise funds for them. So there are a lot of we do lots of research on this every day in and day out, so we come across ideas on how the cost can be reduced. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And a follow-up to that, Devesh. So you mentioned HDFC Credila. So HDFC Credila is a strategic partner of my group. So
Yes.
if you raise money through a Credila, is that a sum that a student would ultimately have to return over a period of time, or it is given to the student and is non-returnable?
See, there are two things. HDFC, of course, Credila offers loans. Loans are to be
Yeah.
given back. But HDFC Credila is also a sponsor for Next Genius. They also donate individually. They donate because they know at the end of it, they would get students out of the program, right? So they donate into the program to support one of the students.
Okay,
So
sounds good.
Loans,
Okay. Yeah.
loans are to be returned.
Mhm.
The donation is not to be returned.
Sounds good. Okay. Good, Devesh. Thanks,
Great.
man.
Thanks, Abhinav.
Anu, go ahead, Anu.
Hi. Hi, guys.
Hi, Anu.
So this is Anu from UGrad Education. I have a question, Devesh, about acceptability of students. How much is the acceptance rate or likelihood of a student to get through to a scholarship if they work with you? I mean, how many students get it eventually?
See, I'll tell you, the Next Genius Scholarship Program, we receive applications from across India. But the kind of applications that we get from counselors like you are not that many. The counselors who have an experience, the counselors who already work with the students who are thinking of going to the US, they have a support of an expert like you. So those kind of students have a much higher probability of winning a scholarship. And when I say we get applications from across India, we get applications from places that we have not heard of, and no one visits them. They don't have access to all of those resources. But when it comes to counselors and students of counselors, they have access to resources and they understand the whole process better. So I would say, if we get 4,000 applications per year, 800 of these students are interviewed every year. And of those 800, roughly 200 to 250 students end up winning some kind of scholarships, full or partial, right? So that's a broad spectrum. Of these 4,000 students, less than 1,000 are working with a career counselor. And that's not a surprise. We know that. There, there is a
Yeah, of
massive
course.
need. So I would say a student who works with you has a much higher probability of winning a scholarship than someone who's coming from a very, very rural place. And we would like to support those students who are coming from those places as well. But just that they, a lot of times, do not have that kind of a support and infrastructure to make it. Yeah.
Okay, 200 on 800 is a decent
Yes.
25%. So
Yes.
they do get substantial support.
They do get substantial support. Yes.
Between how much percentage? Is it like 100%
Right.
to 75, 25, like
Yes.
average?
The average is about 50%. Roughly 30 to 40 students from this 200 will get a full tuition scholarship. Of those 30, 40, 4 to 5 will get a full ride, which is extremely, extremely rare. So 4 to 5 will get a full ride. All the others will get anywhere from 30% to 70, 80%.
Cool.
Have you done any kind of a
Cool, that is
profiling for
good.
them?
So, sorry, Anu?
Okay. No, that was not me.
Yes.
All
No,
right, great, great.
Sorry, Devesh,
Preeti
this is
doing-
my bad. I could not resist myself. This is Akshay.
Yes, Akshay.
Yeah, hi, how are you? Sorry,
doing well.
Thanks for answering, Devesh.
Is it
Thanks for
extension to
asking.
Anu? It is extension to Anu's thing only. Is there a profiling of these kids which is available with you? That who are these kids and what is their profile and background?
We have like scholar stories available, where you can see where they come from, what kind of background do they come from. I can share that link. These stories they tell us where these students are, how they found out. So like, these are some stories where they'll tell you about, okay, these are the kind of schools we are coming from. But in general, I would say these students are coming from national curriculum schools, CBSE curriculum schools. So it's a equal balance between both of these. Number one. Number two is these are not the 95% and above students, because they would rather go to Columbia and Rice and Harvard and Stanford. These are students who are highly ambitious. They are very smart. Academically, they are 75% and above, right? So that really helps you see the kind of students who would benefit the most from the scholarships.
So it's
And
one
again, I'm
class,
saying, yes, sorry, go ahead.
I'm being mean here. I'm
Yeah.
being mean here a bit. Suppose my son is studying in 8th class. If I need to build on your program for
Okay.
another 4 years for him, how do I do that?
Right. I think the first thing you need to do is give them a lot of exposure, give them a lot of, help them find their way, what they should be working on. They can go into research. They should definitely go for some internships, high school internships, and participate and understand what they want to study, where they want to go to college, what kind of college would be right fit for them. Your career counselors, and there are a lot of them, I think those are the people who can actually guide your son on how to build their profile over the next few years, right? And
then just to
I'll be
add
happy
on
to
over
help,
here,
Akshay.
and just
Yeah,
to
look,
add on
look.
over here for Anu and Akshay, basically it's more to do with not just merit but financial aid. So I've had students who have received financial support in terms of scholarships from school as their tuition fee waiver. And those are the students, when we speak to them and we see that they are enterprising, they are ambitious students, and they definitely do have the will and the zeal to succeed at a university abroad, but it's some way or the other their family is unable to support them. Those are the kids that we refer that they should go ahead and fill out the application form and just try their luck out whether they can really successfully get full scholarship to say about 30-50%, like Devesh mentioned. So it's not just the merit, but it's also the financial aid and the zeal of the child, how ambitious and how enterprising that child is.
Thanks, Ashima. I do have a question, which is, I think I'm asking this on behalf of several people here who've also put it on chat. That A, okay, so is this only for UG or is it for UG and PG? B, I see very few Indian universities listed, and I understand why. I get it. I completely know where you're coming from, but I think maybe for the benefit of everyone else, and also from a vision to understand that what is Next Genius. Is Next Genius looking to create more awareness in Indian universities to have more scholarship funds? How are you working towards that? And yeah.
So it's only for undergraduate program, and thanks for asking about Indian University. I spoke with Shulini when we were on the campus, and we are hoping that we would be able to offer a scholarship at Shulini as well in the coming cycle. But yes, I am a big supporter, and sort of I know India is the future. For some reason, I believe Indian universities will be on the top in the years to come. But the kind of education that our universities here are providing, and you have been at Kriya for some time, so the kind of education is fantastic, and we are going to do very well, and we are hoping to add more Indian universities in the coming year. And we also have an European university for the first time, IE University, where the scholarships will be offered. That's not on our website, but it will be there in the next few weeks. So Indian universities, we are very confident, and we want to work with more Indian universities. If there are any Indian universities here on the call, please.
Akshay Jain is from Amity University,
Akshay,
Jaipur.
yes. So Akshay, let's
Yeah, you're right.
connect, and we would be happy.
Nirav is from Navrachna, and in fact there are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, of course. I met Nirav. Yes.
Yeah, there
So,
are
yeah.
a bunch. I think, like, I know Plaksha, so then I saw Plaksha on your list, but I didn't see anyone else. But I know
There's
that
Vijay
you have
Bhumi
the
as well. Vijay Bhumi.
Bhumi, then you have the Kreyas and the
Yeah.
Jindals of the world, and then you have Shiv Nadar, and you have Sai Vidyaship. There are many, but of course I don't know what your vetting process is. But yeah, I mean, I think there are Indian universities that could actually be keen on something like this.
We would love to work with them. It's just that it takes a lot of time, and that's okay. The process has multiple stages, and
let's start somewhere. So let's
Yeah.
start somewhere, and maybe
Yes.
we are able to introduce you. Akshay, do take the onus of introducing Devesh to, I mean, Ankit and everyone
So
else.
without even thinking on it, I was already thinking about it, and I think I'll connect with Devesh. We're part of the team together, so
Perfect.
I'll probably look into this.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Sounds great. All right, Neeraj, you had your hand up. Go ahead.
You already asked it. Thank you so much.
More
for
than
that.
that, Bhakti, I have another thing to offer here, because Ankit looks into a lot of our Singapore, London, US campuses himself, and those campuses are also an opportunity for Devesh to actually take the students in and make their dreams come true. And we've got 18 international campuses, Devesh.
Yeah.
So those campuses could be a good bet for you.
Yeah.
Super. Thank you so much. Actually, let's connect. Yeah.
Awesome, guys. So are there any other questions? All right. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank
Bhakti.
you. Thank you, Devesh. Thank you for doing this. And I think we've all spoken about access and inclusion at various points. We keep talking about it. I think this session was very representative of the vibe, energy, and ethos that you and Next Genius stand for, because you were very to the point, but also very, it was a very comfortable, easy conversation. Thank you for making it so succinct, but yet engaging. And, for the benefit of everyone who was not able to turn up, there were many others who had registered, but we know how things work out. So we will share this recording with everyone, and everyone who's agreed to or wanted to be in touch with you, we will share their email IDs with you.
Super.
And thank you all for joining.
Yes, and thanks, Ashima. Thank you so much for taking time out. Have a great rest of your vacation. Yeah.
Ashima, get me something, yaar.
Tell me.
I
Call me what you want. Call me.
That's
All right, guys.
Go
Thank
now,
you so
Ashima.
much.
Enjoy, but come back fast.